Everybody losing their minds out here over pricing on video games. Games Heroes, what up, man?
What's up? What's up?
I don't know. There's a lot of chaos going on today. I'm glad to be here tonight. What about you, man?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here tonight. It's always Monday.
Yeah, it's always something going on Mondays, man, and it's good comedy. So might as well do a Def Comedy Jam tonight, man, and have some fun with this. But we got to be the voice of reasoning, man. There's a lot of fakery going on. We see it. A lot of fakery, a lot of clickbait, and a lot of dumb stuff just to be saying some stupid stuff just to get some clout, man. We know how it works around here. But unfortunately, man, there's got to be some people out here that's not about all that dumb shit and just going to bring it the way it is. We got the Book of X. You know what I'm saying? We're going to open up these pages on the Book of X, man. We're going to flip through some of this and get some of this sense out of here. We're going to break down some of these laws and these verses and get some senses out of here, man. We just want to say thanks to everybody that comes out here and supports the channel, man. Thanks to everybody around the world for your encouragement. We're here. I go by the name of The New Legal. Thank you. You are now tuned into the X League podcast, the League of Extraordinaires. Shout outs to the Chit Chat community and all those that follow us day in and day out. If you're new to the channel and you like what we're about, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please do that so you don't miss anything that we put out when we do put it out. If you want to leave a comment below, please do. If you want to hit the like and the dislike button, please do. We are always grateful and humble, and we can't say enough. So once again, thank you all for the support. Today's been one where I've been looking around just laughing at a lot of people, man, just laughing at those that just can't speak the language, man. It's sad. And a lot of times, man, you get people up in here that, you know, that got a good, strong following, but they just don't know how to speak the language, man. So we got a lot of that going on, you know. Forget the double agents and the centaurs. We just talking about people up in here that seem to think that because they so successful on YouTube, whatever they say just makes sense. Well, I mean, you know, that is what it is, but we're going to break everything down. We're going to try to make this show as common sense as it can possibly be. And what up, Willis? How you doing, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Look, I'm fine, man. How about you fellas?
Good, man. It's good, man. It's a good day.
Yeah. Nice to be back in the house, man.
BW, how much Pentiment did you play? I haven't, man. I probably played just about as much as you have, probably. But you know.
What you know about BW Legal? You know that cat?
Hold on. It's not that serious. He just asked me a question.
He asked you a question, but he knows the answer, right?
Chill. Look, it's okay. It's just a question. I haven't got to it yet because I'm actually playing video games. And you beat it. So you like it? You like it? Did you like it? He said he beat it. Oh, you probably saw less than that, man. You didn't see no 5 minutes from me because I haven't even played the game. I watched the beginning, so no, that you was watching somebody else. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played it. Right now I beat Gun Grave 4. I've beaten Coat of the Lamb. I took a break off of a Plague Tale's Requiem. Got to get back to that. And I've been playing Callisto Protocol, and I just went back finishing up Halo Infinite co-op, getting all the skulls. So I got a lot of gaming to do, man. There's a lot of games out here to get to. I know Games Hero's been playing it. I
beat it already.
I think he's on his second round. So
yeah, I beat it already.
I gotta get to it, man. I will.
Hey, you know what? He asked for that.
That's no rush, man. That's no rush.
There's no rush, man. There's no rush to beating games, dude.
I don't. Pentiment is. It's not one of my games that I'm just jumping up and down, ready to run to get it. But I know, when I want to play this novel and want to read, I'll play it. So, I got Pentiment down for this month. I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. And I haven't heard anybody complain about it. The ones that have beat it, but yeah, man. Shout out to you, BW. JJ, what's good, man? Hold on, we're gonna get all these questions out real quick. Nobody mentioned Xbox has $60 games until they mentioned it going up to $10 games. See, now my boy, JJ came in here, he's talking that Xbox language. See, here's the thing. Di-RRec Gaming welcomes the real Xbox fans in here. If you're a real Xbox fan, this is your home. We don't do the clout stuff. We don't do the stupid bizarro questionnaires and statements that don't make no damn sense. Like, we don't really understand what's going on. So we're going to break all of that down. I got my man Unlimited Production in the building. There's a difference between Microsoft price increase and Sony price increase. See, here comes that language. Sony released cross-gen games for $60 and $70. Microsoft's releasing current-gen games only at $70. Don't get ahead of me, my fam. Don't get ahead of me, my fam, because you just basically destroyed the whole show. But that's what you do when you know how to speak Xbox language. Microsoft was also the last major publisher to increase prices. Listen, y'all. Listen. It's easy to understand and to translate and to recognize who are real Xbox fans. If you don't want to go no further with this show, I'm gonna let y'all read three statements, and that's basically this show. But we're gonna dissect these three guys. Okay? I mean, these two guys with three statements. The first one was JJ. Nobody mentioned Xbox has $60 games until they mentioned it's going up $10. Let that sink in, okay? Second is Unlimited. There's a difference between Microsoft price increase and Sony price increase. Sony released cross-gen games for $60 and $70, and everybody was okay with that. We didn't see this much energy for that, right? But Microsoft is releasing current gen games only at 70. And let's just keep it for real. Everybody knows, if you're on social media, right, how to gain the attention, how to build your empire. All you have to do is say something stupid about Xbox, and the herds come flying out of the sky. So we get it, all right? This just ain't going to be that show. So if you used to that, go that way. This ain't going to be that show. That's just a disclaimer. The second and final blow to this whole show, he just had to kill my whole show off, was this last statement. Microsoft was also the last major publisher to increase prices. Well, I just be damned. If me and Sixlayer did not say this today, well, we were on the phone with each other. I put this on everything. Damn, we just said that. But, hey, man, that's why I'm doing the show, because the smoke is out. The smoke is gonna smoke screen everything, and we got some talking to do. So basically, these two guys ended the show, but now we're gonna drag the show, okay? Because there's a lot of people that just don't have no common sense. So first and foremost, let's start with this. The last time Microsoft, right, raised prices on video games, I believe it was way back in like 2001. It was between 1998 and 2001. Way back then, games cost anywhere between $50 and $60. There was no crying back then. Nah, you either afforded it or you couldn't. There wasn't no winter sale deals and all this stuff. You either could afford it or you didn't. And these game prices stayed like that until these games got old, and then you bought them off the old market. Man, this tea is good. But so we're talking 1998 to 2001, you bozos, right? That goes to all you clickbaiters today on Twitter, crying over a $10 increase that's as old as 21 years. Took it 21 years. Took Microsoft 21 years to do this. Now, here's the irony. Here's the stupidity of it all. It's easy to get that clout chase. We get it. Say something stupid, and here they come, right? But here's the funny part. Everybody with sense knows that the gaming industry prices are going up, period, to create games, period. Notice I said to create games. And right now, the budget, and I'm talking about the big first-party games, the budget is anywhere between $250 million to $350 million. It's right there at that price range. In a couple of more years, the price range is going to increase. Now, this is all facts. It's going to go up to maybe 350 to 500 to $500 million. Okay, so if the entire gaming industry is going to move up, anybody with a logical mind and with a rational thinking would know that video games themselves, the prices are going to go up. Now, notice we're talking 20 to 21 years. Okay, and all we're asking for is $10. Now, we have a reason, but we don't want to get to that yet because I want to go back. I want to stick to what these guys were saying and walk it down. Everybody else put out a price hike. Notice there isn't no increase in the console. We didn't hear that today. As a matter of fact, the Series S is $50 off right now. $50 off. Where's all this energy? From these same clowns out here, right? All of them. I don't care. I don't care if they rep Xbox. That don't mean you can't do clown work. We ain't see that same energy for that. So the console prices didn't go up, just video games. So JJ had a point. Nobody was mentioning these $60 games. Nobody. As a matter of fact, I bought Callisto Protocol, y'all, from my Microsoft rewards. I didn't pay for that game. Exactly, bro. Just sit back because you've already described this whole channel. You and JJ described everything. Y'all blew it out the frame. This ain't hard, bro. Y'all killed the whole topic off with 3 comments. This is why it's so stupid out here, man. And we got to drag this show out, right? We got to make it interesting. So now you got these people out here fronting like they don't understand business, like they don't understand price hiking, like they don't understand inflation. Everything has went up. Everything has went up, man. You can't sit up here in front like nothing is going up when everything is going up. These games were not $40 like somebody said. There wasn't no $30 increase. That's coming from a guy that don't even buy games. All right? We got a faker out here that's talking about price increases that don't even buy games, first of all. All right? So this is the kind of atmosphere we got going on. But at the center core, all this, what makes it so funny is that most of us, and I would say a lot of us, are already Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. So it doesn't even matter what Microsoft does. It doesn't matter because these same games that they were talking about increasing for $10 are going to Game Pass. Now, you get these bozos out here, right? Talking about, oh, Game Pass, you know, you never own a game. I know it's so easy to just sound dumb. It really is. It really is. You gotta bless their hearts, man. They just don't know no better. You know, gotta say something stupid. And you counter that like, you know, hey, I listened to 1,000 songs. Don't mean I got 1,000 damn. Everybody, we're grown-ass people, bro. I don't have to carry on collections that I had when I was a little kid and hang it all over my damn wall just to prove to somebody that I love something. Those CDs didn't mean shit to me, bro. I got rid of them damn CDs a long time ago. I could put those CDs, I could put the same songs on a media file, play my music, because it's all about listening to music. I don't give a damn about CDs. Same thing with my video games. I can play them digitally. There is a such thing as digital gaming. So it's really a real thing. All that does is give people choices. And let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real funky right now. Nobody really owns anything in life. Nobody. You don't own shit. When you die, you take none of this with you. So the thought of trying to make that a narrative is dumb, super dumb. You get a super dumb sticker to put on your shirt to even come with that narrative. That narrative is too weak. That narrative is too weak to stand on its own. That's dumb. Millions of people use digital content. All right. I so happen to do both. Whenever I feel like buying a game, I'll buy one. Most of my purchases are digital though. So with that, what's funny is that everybody's trying to make a big deal out of nothing. It's really out of nothing because you have an option. You either get your games on Game Pass digitally, or you go out and buy your games. But somebody today gave us a reason for the price hike. A legitimate reason when you didn't even get a reason from nobody else. Nobody else gave you a reason. Microsoft said this price hike is going up because it reflects the content, the scale of these games, and the technical complexity to make these games. Just like I said in the beginning, gaming is becoming expensive. Prices have to go up. Microsoft legitimately told everybody why they're raising their prices up. So now they're validated. Nobody can sit here and pretend like they don't know why Sony or Microsoft did what they did. They can pretend why Sony did, but they can't pretend why Microsoft did it because Phil came out and let everybody know why they did it. What's the big deal, people? Are we really going to make something out of nothing today? Is that where we're going? For real, is that where we're going? We're going to really make something out of nothing today, right? We're going to pretend like we don't know what's going on. Go ahead. Come on in.
Well, here's the thing. What's up, everybody? A little late there for a second.
Hey, what's up, man?
Back here. What's up, Game Heroes? What's up, Realist? What's up, Legal? I just been sitting here eating sunflower seeds, spitting the the shells out to the bowl over here I got going, just chilling, listening to Legal talk because there's really not that much to say. Listen.
It's not sick, it's sad, but go ahead. Hey, sick, pull from your gut. Make this a show tonight. You know what I'm saying, fam? Make this a show.
Let me tell you, from as long as you've been able to hear my voice on a podcast, right, and to hear my opinions on these video games, one of the first topics I came up where I had to put up an opinion, was this increase of $70. And you can verify this by going on the JyzalGamingTV podcast archives on YouTube, right here on YouTube, and go see it because that's why I said it, right? So I'm speaking for myself, but this was the supreme logic that holds solid to this moment now, right? That just like Legal explained, I'm sure Sony did way back when they decided the beginning of this generation to charge $70, is the cost to develop these games is just increasing all the time, right? And even to maintain them afterwards because they're on servers and all this stuff. They're what's that word? The games as a service games, okay? And servers aren't free, okay? When they're talking about the price of physical games, digital is less because you don't have to pay for physical copy and the plastic and all that. There's no material cost. There is, it's just lesser, but the material cost is the servers, the electricity to keep them up, the internet connection, all that, all the maintenance, all of that. That's not cheap. These servers are not cheap, you know. So all that stuff. So obviously, you see why there was a price increase at the beginning of this generation, at least from Sony and certain third parties. But of course, always the usual suspects, right? In terms of the publishers, Activision, 2K, EA, right? The usual suspects, right? To charge you out the nose at every given opportunity. And then, of course, amongst the console makers, let's be frank, that's Sony. It's not Nintendo. Well, it's Nintendo to a much lesser extent, and then you would say Microsoft is a third in that regard. But Sony is the number one in terms of the console makers to try to grift you out of every penny. These are the guys that charge you for the pack to allow you to play the next gen version, even after you've bought the system. You have to pay $10 more that tax that they always put. Okay, they did it.
Sick got you.
Platform-wide.
Speak on it.
Not just
What
first
about
party.
that? Say that again, Sick. They were charging people $10 for upgrades.
That's right. So that was a tax. That wasn't the cost of development, because those were last gen games. Okay, that they were doing that too.
So
right?
you tell me they're charging cross generation game for $70.
They were doing that from the beginning.
And now
they went through every angle that if there was certain loopholes that they tried to close those loopholes. The last loophole was Horizon Forgotten West. Okay, because he had previously promised that, he had to stick to his word. Okay, so he had to stick to his word. They're probably legally obligated to do that now that they said that publicly. So he was like, oh, okay, fine. But he made it clear, Jim Ryan I'm speaking of, right? Made it clear that was going to be the last time. And it just goes to show. Right?
But you know what's funny about it, though? You know what's funny about it? All these games are cross-gen. Xbox doesn't have any cross-gen games next year. So Forza, Starfield, and Redfall, if these games $70, it kind of makes sense. Because these are not cross-gen.
That's just a little bit of the rabbit hole I'm digging in. So I don't want to get too far on a tangent just yet, but right. So this is what they said. This is what Sony said. This is what Microsoft is saying now, right? So there's a lot of people out here who are trying to cap and see all this stuff that, see, you Xbox fans were saying this all the time, blah, blah, blah. But once again, look at what I already said. The usual suspects, the greedy ones in the industry that you knew off bat, their games were going to be $70 as soon as Sony did it. It wasn't Microsoft who opened the floodgates. That was Sony. Let's get that straight. That's number one. Number two, now this is Xbox first party games. That's why why Game Pass exists. That's why it's brought up, right? And all of those who are trying to say Game Pass isn't the answer, yes, it is. Xbox first party games. That's what Microsoft said. Now, of course, Capcom is gonna charge us $70 for Street Fighter 6, right? But that would have happened if Microsoft had made this announcement today or not. Certain developers, or you've already seen, are slowly encroaching. They have the right to charge whatever they wanted from the beginning, even on Xbox day one. I'm sure there was at least, I don't even know off the top of my head for a fact, I'm sure there was at least one $70 game on Xbox day one of this generation, because that's up to the publisher at the same time. None of them have to charge $70.
The only next generation game that Xbox has is $70 Flight Sim.
There you go.
But let me vouch what Six Slayer is saying, everybody, because he's making some good points and they're all validated. Here's another thing, Six Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to talk about Sony Interactive Entertainment, right? Of course, you nailed that. You destroyed that already. They're not going to bring up Ubisoft because he was talking about other companies with their own standard. So he brought up Capcom. They have their own standard of pricing. Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive. These companies sell new games like God of War Ragnarok, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and NBA 2K series, respectfully, at $69.99. That's what the article is saying. These companies,
they already do that. Already have been doing it. Yep.
So what Microsoft says is that you don't have a reason, right? They didn't give you no reason. Notice The game over situation is coming. I love what they said. Nobody can get away from what Phil Spencer said. These games reflect our content. Notice what it says. It reflects content. What content? Xbox content. See, the one thing these third-party companies can't do, they cannot create Xbox games. They don't have the magical resources and the depth. See, Xbox has a great bench. They don't just have a great starting five, but they got a bench that's like a starting five. And their games are going to come out on a whole nother level. That's where the word scale comes from. The scale. See, there's levels to this. Like me and Six Slayer would say, there's levels to this shit. You got these levels in and how you make these video games. See, me and Games Heroes and Real has been waiting for 2023 because we knew what time it was going to be. And now we got that confirmed. The scale of these games are going to be like nothing that you ever seen before. They're on another level. So with the scale being on another level, that causes for a technical complexity. See, we're charging you because what we're going to be doing is going to be bringing you, right? See, notice what nobody else could say, y'all. Nobody else said we holding our prices increases until after the holidays, right? First, they looking out so families can enjoy the gift of gaming, right? That's the first thing. All right. But starting in 2023, when our games start to drop, not when third-party games start to drop. Hey, these third-party games, they can put prices on whatever they want. But when our games start dropping, watch this. Look at these words. Look at these words. They're being very specific. They're being very, very specific, right? This is something Sony don't even say. Microsoft is saying this. Starting in 2023, our new, notice the words, baby, new, built for next gen, full price games. Now you have a definition to the $10, Sick, right? We have a definition for the $10 when nobody else does. Nobody else has a definition for their increase, but we do.
It's a line in the sand.
Right, and here comes it again. Here's the definition for our price increase, $10 after 21 years. Our new, built for next gen, full price games. There it is. So why are we paying $10 more? Because we're getting new, built for next gen games. And oh, what are they? Well, I'm glad you asked. Forza Motorsport, Redfall, Starfield. Those are the three out the gate that are confirmed so far. You might as well put a price tag on every other Xbox game that drops in 2023. Notice I said Xbox games. These games reflect content, scale, and technical complexity. Goes back to what my man Unlimited Production says. And let me put this up right here. Boom! I dare anybody to try to argue this one. You can't. There's a difference between Microsoft price increase and Sony price increase. Sony gave y'all cross-gen games. Wait a minute, Six Slayer. That's suspect. How you gonna charge people, right? How you gonna give people an extra $10 and you ain't basing it off of next gen prowess? What's the next gen? What's the $10 for? What is it? It sure as hell ain't no multiplayer feature.
The added performance of the next gen consoles to play old stuff better. They locked that away for $10. They literally did that. And people defended it. Yep.
It ain't multiplayer features. So what the is it? $10 just because? Look, man, just because. That's why Sony did it. Just because. Y'all don't even have a validated reason. Sony can't even give y'all a validated reason for the $10. At least we got something. Microsoft gave us something to go off of. But damn, you gonna charge people for cross-gen games? There's no such word as cross-gen. Built for next gen. Notice, all these games that are coming back, they're not coming on Xbox One.
No, but see that's the funny part too, because we got all of these next generation games like Valve, Redfall, Starfield, Forza, Minecraft. Every these games going to be $70 next gen games, but people complain. That's crazy. And now, if you don't like the $70 shit, you have Game Pass. Just use Game Pass. And I told League on the phone, if they raise Game Pass for $5, who'll give a crap?
Games Heroes. You're exactly right. And you want to know what's sad? You want to know what's sad that we got to make a show like this, right? That's the sad part.
Yeah, this is the sad part.
Because sometimes the Xbox community can be so corny, bro. We allow the corniness to exist. I mean, like, damn, y'all. Look, man, it's all good to be stupid on social media sometimes. I get it. When I mean stupid, just for the heck of it, with no harm intended. I get it. But Rilla's got this word that just keeps sticking in my mind. It's called goofy. When your jokes become goofy, that's when we have a problem. And I don't understand why the Xbox community is so scared.
Nah, it's not the Xbox community. Let's keep it a buck. I'm just gonna be frank now, right?
Okay, it's the Xbox community, bro.
Okay.
It's the Xbox community.
Well, I'm calling it out because you want to know why?
No.
Let me be clear. You want to know why? It's been going on too long, Sick.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
Listen. It's just a filter off moment. Let's be frank about what this really is about, all right? Everybody who's not an Xbox fan, right, is salty at the fact that Xbox fans have been talking about this price difference of games from the beginning of the generation. So now that Microsoft has finally joined up with that, the narrative is, oh, we look like hypocrites. No, we do not effing look like no goddamn hypocrites. No sensible person, Xbox fan or not, okay? And I've heard a lot of people have the opposing opinion who did not say that eventually these game prices, even on Xbox, was going to increase. You see many of the games already at $70 today, and it's nothing new. The only reason all this debate is happening is because a bunch of salty people are trying to be like, ha, finally, look at you now. No, you cannot do that. This is the first party games. And if you have Game Pass, that's the answer. That's not going to affect nothing for me next year.
I got
at
you.
all.
No,
at all.
Case validated. Listen, not debating that. You're on fire, man. Not debating that. This is what I'm saying. This is what shout out to Other Zinc. Good to have you, man. This is what I'm saying, Sick. Now, what you just said was what $1 trillion fact. Not arguing that. What I'm saying is, we in the Xbox community do not call these idiots out by name. They should not. Anytime we have this deep of stupidity on, Six Slayer, today was about as dumb as it can get. What I'm trying to say is, Six Slayer.
Well, I didn't.
We should have a community.
Stuff, so I don't know what stupidity was said by whom. But give me an example. You want to name names? Well, name a name. Show me an example.
Here's what I'm saying, Six Slayer. As a community, people should be, I would say, fearful, as the old terminology of fear would mean respectable, right? Mm-hmm. So the fear of saying, I don't want to sound dumb out here is what I'm talking about. To make these dumb comments should never exist in our community, right? You got people up here, a lot of them. We ain't got to name the names. A lot of them. Go on Twitter. They're out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't on Twitter all day following all the nonsense. So what nonsense was said? Exactly.
We got people out here fronting on everything that you just said. Look, bro, it's right here. Nobody's dumb. Look, bam. Well, let me remind you. Look, read, bam.
Yep, nobody.
Bam, right? Nobody's dumb.
Look, right.
Nobody's dumb. Look,
see what the Xbox community's been saying. So what was Xbox community saying?
So what you said, Sick, what you said is validated amongst the real ones. But I'm not. Nobody's gonna call out these guys, right? because what these guys are saying is true.
Right, but
Now,
okay.
now
Who
watch
said
this.
what and what? Because I haven't seen nobody from the Xbox community saying dumb shit on that on this topic for a while.
I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you. I've been snapping. I will send it to you. Okay.
Hey
so
man, hey, he's surprised. He's surprised a lot.
Well,
right,
because
the Xbox community ain't been policing themselves, man. It's y'all taking receipts, but don't check these fools. I don't know.
Now watch this, Sick. Now watch this, Sick. Exactly. Look, we ain't gonna have to use Di-RRec Gaming's platform when Twitter is all. We're all on Twitter. The smoke should come where the fire should come where the smoke starts appearing at. The smoke didn't appear on his channel, right? The smoke started on Twitter. So when we allow these dummies, I don't care if it's coming out of I don't care. We should not even feel the need to say something so stupid, especially after what Six Slayer just said. What you just said was $1 trillion fact, right? The problem is our community has no backbone. There should be nobody saying something stupid. They should all be sounding like these guys. Every single one of them. We're in the Xbox community, right? So how we not act like we are? How is something we just done when these two guys right here just gaudy on their comments, right? They won Game of the Year off their comments. Nobody's really dumb. So let's don't get it. Let's don't even play into that tactic of trying to dissect why they would even post something that's stupid. Because it goes back to what Game Trills just said, right? We have Game Pass. The fact that we have Game Pass and these first-party games, right, come in. But watch this, Six Slayer, because what you said was beautiful. I'm going to tie it all in, and it's even going to get even more dumber, right? Game Trills made another great point, following right behind your great point. And the realest, notice, the realest one doesn't even have to speak tonight. This is how great this shit is. Realest is just sitting back, popcorning it up with Unlimited down in Houston. Both of them are chilling in the H-Town, chilling, right? They ain't got to say a damn word tonight. We got these games coming out. Watch this, Sick. Madden comes out, has what, a 10-day release trial, free trial.
All EA games are free.
Oh, EA, right. These EA games come out Sick. Trials.
Yeah, Need for
our trials and crap. Nobody complains.
Yeah, Need for Speed have a few.
Right. Nobody complains, Sick. They get on it. They play it. Oh, nobody says dumb shit like, "Oh, you don't own that trial." Nobody says dumb shit like that. It's the trial, so we play it, right? Game Pass is a trial, Sick. They just don't want to admit it because once you pay for that subscription, all those games are trials. You don't have to beat them. All you got to do is try them. It's your choice to play them and beat them, right, Sick? Watch this. It gets even more stupid. So let's just say, now that we understand trials, right? We want to see these trials. We want to play these trials, right? There ain't nobody punking us, bro. That's in people's imaginations. They can't. The PC.
The only PC by saying anything is Alex. But of course, he's a cheap ass. He's known for that.
These PC YouTubers can't punk nobody that ain't playing these games. You gotta at least put time in, buy games, and play them, right? So, and challenge people. You ain't challenging nobody by all that talking and the prostitution that's going on. I know who you talking about, right? Them body that clown. That's too easy, right? So we got Game Pass that allows people to try games. That's the whole theory of Game Pass. Try the games. Try them. Right? You want people to try games that they never played before. Of course. Because listen. Xbox is a great community, Cypher. You know this. Hey, what did I used to say back in the day? And don't get me off track tonight. But what did I used to say? If it ain't Xbox news, it ain't no news. Come on. I don't waste my time no more. I done took another elevator. No, I didn't take the elevator. I took another step. When you learn how to take another step, you look back and you say, damn, that was a big step I just made. These dudes look small, right? That's okay. I don't know. I can only hear what I watch, Cypher. I can only hear what I watch. I don't watch it. I'm over here doing what I'm doing.
That's
so
same here.
Watch this. Game Pass tells you to try these games. We try them. We like them. We'll play them, right? You try it. You like it. You play it, right? Watch this, Cypher. And as time goes by, this is the funny part. Now notice a lot of these donkeys like to hide behind their PCs too. Time elapses. Now what happens to games as time elapses? They depreciate. Donkeys should know this very well, right? Their games start to depreciate. All along, I still got Game Pass. It's not hurting me to play these games that come out day one. I'm playing it. But when the game starts hitting these low numbers, go on sale for $29.99, guess what I can do? I can buy the game. Hey, guys, I have it. What's the difference of buying a game to beat it?
Buying a game at 20% off. So you're still not paying 70.
Watch this, Sick. This is where they want you. See, you fall into the dummy trap, that's your fault, right? If you want to fall into the dummy trap. But let me clear something up. There's no difference in you playing a game and not owning it, beating it later on, buying it, and it's yours, right? You want to say, oh, it's mine. Just don't die. Say that while you're alive. Don't die, but it's yours while you're breathing. At least somebody told you the truth. You own it as long as you're alive, right? Because you don't take none of this stuff with you. So all these donkeys can miss me with, oh, you don't own games, you're renting them. Well, if it makes you feel good that you own these games and you want to deeply believe that, then don't die. That's my answer to them, right? Now, there's no difference in me buying a game later on and it's mine for the ultimate fact now that I have it, right? Beat the game though, but I bought it. So that's to sedate their mentality. Oh, do you have it? Yeah, I bought it. Than it is for them to sit and wait months and months and months and months and get the game at 29 and then get it and then want to beat it. There's no difference. There's absolutely no difference. It's as if you, right, let your gaming be controlled by somebody else's narrative. Oh, yeah, well, we know that. We know that, Cypher. But like I've always said back in the day, Cypher, and you know this because you've been with me for a long time. What did I used to say? This is what I used to say. It ain't for the YouTuber to go up against the YouTuber. That's a waste of time. We see that we've got plenty of footage of that. The streets is undefeated, Cypher. That's what I don't understand why people don't believe that.
Hey, I'm asking a question. Well, why are we doing this topic, man? This is a waste of podcast.
I was waiting on somebody. Yo,
because
my man's ain't lying. My man's ain't lying.
Here's what Game Heroes got to understand, Sid. You don't have no integrity for yourself, Game Heroes. We need people like you out here. See, they need people like the realists. They need people like Sick and you, bro. Hey, they gonna get that.
Really didn't say one word.
Hey, because you know what, bro? I was gonna say that I was gonna shout out the new legal in the sixth layer for their passion about such a dumbass topic. Because it takes a special kind of energy, a person to generate this type of energy, and I was engaged, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when y'all first started talking, bro, I started playing the Legend. I started playing the Legend of Tien Ding.
YouTube as I was saying that,
I started to play the Legend of Tien Ding, and I was like, oh man, okay, let me. These dudes are making this dumbass topic interesting.
Yeah, we did it.
You see, but look, as Xbox fans, See, we said, why did they increase the price to $70? See, first Activision did it. Take-Two did it.
Speak on it.
Sony joined in.
Yep.
EA.
Yep. The usual suspects.
Now y'all blame Sony, but I blame those big three.
Yeah.
Right. But I give them credit for not going along with Sony because the word is Sony wanted to go even higher than 70.
Yes.
And the other three balked at that.
Really?
Even they realized. Even they realized.
Back you up, Realist. I got you right here, baby. Backing you up. See, we got to have y'all out here, Game Zeros. I'm serious.
No. Listen. I don't say
hold on, Game Zeros. Let me back them up first.
And then I'm sure he has more to say after that.
Look,
I got you.
Let me back him up. This is where Realist was talking. Just like I backed up Six Layer. These guys ain't talk. The reason why I want to back y'all up, y'all ain't talking out of thin air. This ain't just stuff that just, we're gonna make this up tonight. Nah, look, the price increase is unsurprising. Look, coming from an article, right? It's unsurprising. No, it wasn't. Given that earlier this year, Xbox head Phil Spencer said that the company wouldn't be able to hold its price forever. How is it unsurprising, right? You know that. Look, but that Xbox would not raise prices ahead of the 2023 holiday season. Xbox is also not the first company to have done this. Sony, Ubisoft, and Take-Two Interactive have announced $70 price points for certain, here it goes, Six Layer, new games. Now watch this. And Sony specifically has reported discussing raising that price even higher. Listen, you donkeys fail at trying to be exciting. Y'all also fail at being extra dumb. You don't need to put that much work and effort into being dumb. You're dumb by default. Listen, Sony's going to increase their prices. They don't have a damn reason of telling you why. We can, because they need money. And you dummies are the perfect wildebeest that they can make their little bitty sack bag money off of. So when this price goes up even more for y'all, it's going to stay right there for Xbox because Xbox told us why the $10 increase is happening. It's because we have actual next-gen games that are built upon next-gen quality that scale be above all these other games out here and have the technical complexity of the engineers and development for that backing. So guess what? Our first-party games are validated. Y'all's aren't. That's the issue here tonight.
But on top of that, legal, right? I'm pretty sure we've had discussions about this topic. Everybody's pretty much in agreement. These prices had to come up. See, a lot of those things, even what you have in the title, first-party prices have to reflect content, scale, and technical complexity. All that means is we got to pay these developers more, right? They have to pay everybody more. They have to pay to retain. They have to pay the shark. These developers away from other studios, right? But also, this signals to me from Xbox. See, why you said why did they do it? They did it because they felt like they could, right? Sony, Activision, Take-Two, EA. They did it because they felt like they had IP that people would pay more money for. And I know Rockstar is right behind Activision as far as Grand Theft Auto and then Activision and Call of Duty. They knew they had IP that people were willing to go out and pay money for. And they looked at all these sales they're getting. What if we charge them $10 more? See, now you got Ubisoft on board, and they don't know what to do with their new pirate game. So now they have to walk it back and say case-by-case basis. But they all just want more money. And we never said that Microsoft was any different than these other companies.
Yep, we always made
We knew that the price increase was coming. But we have this show, man, and I appreciate this passion from y'all, man, because it could be done in 3 minutes, right? We all are Game Pass subscribers. I don't care, and I'm on record saying this too. I don't care if they raise the game price to $199.
Yeah,
I'm in Game Pass. I just bought me 9 more months.
That's what I said today.
I just bought 9 more months for the price of a $70 game. Why are us Xbox fans concerned with the price increases, right? Especially us hardcore.
Really, make sense, fam. Make it make sense, please.
You said this was a common sense show, and we have no choice but to make this a common sense show because this is just a dumbass thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But you do have some Xbox people, and I don't know their names, sick, that are out there that are patronizing these ponies with their dumb narratives. Right? We got Game Pass. Why are we talking about how much these games cost? It doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter if they raise them up to $199.
Yeah.
Right? What? We don't care.
I wasn't following the Twitter thing all day because of that. It didn't matter to me. That's how simple it was.
Let's check it out though. Those who don't want to make the wise decision, the pimp's decision I spoke of back then, right? They can spend $70 on these games. These people who want to own these games, right? Who they're not even selling the games anymore. They're selling you discs that validate you being able to download these games now. So if you want to just be a collector and have cases all over your house, so be it. But it's not like we're getting full games anymore. These companies will control their media. And that's simple as that.
But but really, if they raise Game Pass for $5, who cares?
Because as long as the value
is the price. There, exactly.
I already said $30. Dude, I paid $24 for Amazon Audible.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
I got a lot of subscription service. I got Philo for $25. I got Hulu without the commercials. I got what, $20 on them.
Yeah, $20 for Netflix.
I got
and movies don't cost $70. Game Heroes.
I know.
So what are we really going at Xbox for?
I know. We got HBO Max. I got HBO Max. Like, I got a lot of things. So
and if you look at see, this is why instead of us complaining about these things, we need Sony to compete, man. We need Sony to compete. That's why, hey, if Game Pass gets to where we need Sony to compete. We need a Game Pass competitor. You know what I'm saying? We need Sony to do something. Maybe Microsoft won't raise their prices. But I got a cutoff. My cutoff is $30. I buy enough games and they provide enough games that $30 is right where it's a sweet spot. It's not a sweet spot. It's the max I would pay for a service like that. If they're gonna be bringing us games, you remember back in the day they said they were gonna bring one game per quarter. That was before Bethesda, bro. Now we got Bethesda and Activision on the way. So one game per quarter ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? And then they have to deal with churn. Now we're talking about Game Pass because that's what we really should be talking about instead of the price increase. That's just dummy talk. Go ahead.
You said Sony needs to compete, right?
They need to compete with their service
and also games. I'm gonna tell you why.
Their games don't move the needle.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why though, right? So one Xbox got Starfield, Redfall, and Forza, right? What's coming out next year in the first half of for PlayStation? They got nothing.
Forspoken.
That's not. But
they bought it off, and the opponents will claim it whether they buy it or not.
All right, but Forspoken is not.
Just because they claim it doesn't mean it is. So we don't recognize what it's not.
Yeah, I don't recognize it. But see, when we start talking this talk,
give me God of War material. Don't give me Forspoken.
I'm just not letting them have it.
When we talk this talk, we're talking about it as it pertains to the idiots.
Yeah, give me God of War epic proportions, Game Heroes. What they got coming out in 2023?
Nothing.
That's what I'm trying to say. I understand what it really says. Like Silent Hill, and these are
listen.
Dude, that's a remake. You said earlier we don't give them credit for remakes.
I know.
Let me say this real quick. Let me give off some games, what they can't do, right? I've yet to see somebody say stuff like this. Forza Motorsport, Redfall, Starfield. I just named 3. Can we get 3 big title games for PlayStation next year? Yes or no?
No.
All right, move on to the next subject.
You forgetting about Diablo. That'll be first party by the time it come out.
Diablo's gonna be nice, man. That's gonna be a big community right there. And I'm playing it with you. You and Tech, man. I'm gonna get into it, man. You heard it right here on Di-RRec Gaming. I'm going on Diablo, man, for the first time. For the first time.
You gotta get you some warm-ups in with me and Tech. Tech the one holding my hand whenever you play.
See what I'm saying, Game Heroes? I get you. You've been saying that for a long time. And you're right.
hold on. So everybody keeps saying Xbox had a bad year. They need to compete. All right, good. You know, Pentiment and Ground in the Dustfall. These are not moving the needles, right? So when Forza comes out, Asian Empires, what else? Redfall, and the biggest game next year, Starfield. These are four first-party games. If PlayStation does not have at least one first-party game next year, how is this is a fair competition? You can't have one company. One, hold on, you can't have one company not giving you games, the other one giving the games, but you're complaining that there's no games to play on your right system. Because you got to keep that same energy. Because Sony does not have a roadmap, they don't have a showcase, they have nothing. But people are actually crying this year because Starfield got delayed. So the whole Xbox community have a civil war. All right. So you got to keep that same energy because this is not competition. Competition means that if Microsoft release Starfield, I am expecting Spider-Man coming out next year. I'm expecting another big AAA game come out next year for PlayStation because if that never happened. Was it right about Pentiment? Was it right about Grounded? Or was it right about A Dust Falls? Because you want games, you want AAA. Here we go. Microsoft is going to start swinging next year. It was supposed to swing this year, but the games got delayed.
But look, Game Heroes, this is what I told y'all in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I said, man, I don't think Starfield is gonna make it. You said why? I said what does Xbox releasing Starfield do for them in 2022? Right? When they have to battle perception. Right? The perception is they don't have any games. So what's gonna happen when Starfield releases? They're gonna be looking for the next one.
Right? That was a good call by you, realist. I ain't gonna lie.
But no, it's just that like look at what they're selling out every console they have. And then this is what we got into the issue last time. When we say Xbox had a bad year, if you're just talking about first party versus first party, we know Xbox didn't bring it. But we also know that Xbox has laid out a roadmap and showed us games that we know are coming. They just need to figure out when they want to release them.
But you know
if I'm not mistaken, who was it that came out and says we got so many games next year that the challenge is going to be figuring out when to release them.
Oh, that was Jeff. That was Jeff on.
But the thing too,
that was Jeff. That was Jeff.
Jeff was quoting somebody
else's podcast. That was Jeff. I know. I remember. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
No, I think it was like Booty or Gallagher. I think it was Booty. Booty said that we have so many games, and then we had so many delays from 2022. The challenge is going to be figuring out the release schedule for these games.
And that's true. You know what? That's true because I'm looking at 2022, right? And they had remember the end of the show, the Bethesda case, right? You see all the games are coming, right? So starting July, this is first party, right? Dust Falls. Then September, Grounded. November, Pentiment. Then of course they announced Asian Empire soon in January, right? There's a rumor going on that Redfall might come to March, then Forza might come to April, and the June come to Starfield. That's the first year. So we gotta remember.
What do you do with your Atomic Heart and your
Atomic Heart?
You pay for those games. You don't want to stomp your games out.
Exactly. That's why I told a lot of these Xbox fans, right? You have to spread these games out. So, for example, right?
Then you're going to be in direct competition with a lot of big titles that were delayed from last year, like your Harry Potter and
so they're going to go instantly from no games, quote unquote, which is bullshit, to too many games.
We already got too many games.
And now there's going to be a narrative that there's too many games and somehow that's a bad goddamn.
No.
Hold on. This was the thing I wanted to say before you guys even went down this avenue, and maybe had I said that first, maybe we would have been here, right? But first off, why are we talking within their goalpost? Why did we agree that the goalpost the position where they set the goalpost is where we're gonna have our discussion at? Because why should I consider the fact that and the goalpost being that first party exclusives is what determines if we had a good year or not. Because goddamn it, I had a good year playing games on my Xbox.
Right.
I never went a moment lacking for games.
Right.
Every moment I went, which one of these many games will I play? I already have the problem of too many games. And that's not a new problem. That's a multi-year going on problem since I've been on Xbox.
Yep.
You're right on that part.
That's not me being braggart. That's not me being any kind of way, but just straight factual. And it goes
why?
For all of us here.
They didn't play these games. Let me tell you.
They still don't.
Let's go back memory lane. Trek to Yami, right? Beat that game. Love that game. Fun. I had fun playing that game. As a matter of fact, that game got a critically acclaimed, right?
No, we didn't.
Watch this. I played with Realist on this one. Dying Light 2. Oh, we forgot about that one. Great game. Dying Light 2. Guess what else I played? This was in the beginning, see? Sniper Elite 5.
Oh, that's a game. Hey, Realist.
So much fun. Especially when you open it up where people can come in and assassinate you, and you have to find them.
Yo, but Leo, I beat Sniper Elite 5 on the hardest difficulty the first time.
Nice. That was a dope game.
I'm on one of the 0.23% of people who beat the game on XM. That shit's hard though. I ain't going to
Salute.
Yeah,
that game was fun, bro.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
And I also want to add, I'm not knocking that some dude who all they know is PlayStation. I'm not talking about the fanboys who are on Twitter who talking that crap. Like the people who all they know is PlayStation. That's what they grew up on. That's what they rock still, right? I'm sure they thought this year was great for PlayStation. I'm sure they did. I could see how that could be a thing, and that's the mindset that this person would have. And I'm sure there's a legion of such people, right? Who don't care about none of it. They just play it. That's all they know. They don't think any more than that's what they play, and they go with that, and they think they've had a great year this year, right? But that doesn't change the fact that Xbox had a great year this year. I don't see how anyone could say otherwise, but that the goalposts are that you have to have that. And then all of a sudden now we Xbox fans are instantly, we're talking within that box.
And you know what's sick?
It's like a subliminal trick that you're getting tricked into speaking in that box. When people say shit to you.
I want
you asked me a direct question. I'll give you a direct answer. I want Game
Trills and Six Slayer to ask me this question. Answer this question. Six Slayer made some good points again, right? He brought up the fact that somebody would think that Sony had a great year. Based on what, right? Let's base it. There's got to be a base on something. Based on the fact
that first party games that came out on their platform.
Here you go. Watch this. It's based off the fact that Sony delayed all their games. So if Sony didn't delay all their games, we wouldn't even have games this year, right?
No, but I'm talking about the Joe average who doesn't know any of that stuff.
Now watch this. What games did Microsoft delay that could have came out this year? I want to know these games. Watch this. Name me 3.
We don't know if they could have or couldn't, but Starfield and Redfall was supposed to come out.
They're the only 2 that had which one had a date?
Starfield.
That's right.
What?
Redfall got delayed. Doing what? Development. Right? So Redfall makes the cut of a normal delayed situation. Starfield was the only big game that was supposed to come out this year.
That's true. Because
it's the only one that actually had a date to it.
It's Starfield.
That's it. So by donkey knowledge, donkey narratives, and like the stuff Six Slayer saying, by their myths and theories, right? They can't get mad at Redfall because Redfall was done just like Horizon Forbidden West was done, Gran Turismo 7 was done, and God of War Ragnarok was done. So if it's okay for Sony to do that, then it's okay for Microsoft to move it along. But the one I hold Microsoft to was Starfield because it actually had a date. So one Microsoft game is in the error box. It's in that box where we can't deny that Microsoft, should have kept their mouth closed on this and just waited till it was done. I don't fight nobody with that. So we got one game. And if we're gonna be real about it, right? We know damn well we wouldn't count that one game as far as a successful year. So Microsoft goes back to what Realist was saying. Microsoft made a great decision by delaying Starfield, because it would have been the only one. People aren't going to jump off of Starfield. I'm going to let people know that right now. Starfield's one of those games that are going to hold weight like Elden Ring did. You're going to have people on that game for months at a time. So you want to delay that game.
Years.
You want to make sure when it comes out, it's going to be able to thrive for at least 4 to 5 months. On its own. The beginning is here. Starfield is coming out, supposed to be coming out around April. Beautiful time. Knocked it all the way through the summer. Boom. But what they're underestimating, Realists, is all these other games they don't know nothing about. Like Microsoft said, y'all don't know nothing about these games that are going to be dropping. And what Microsoft is going to do is they're going to enjoy the reactions from us. When these games just keep coming, man, and we can't do nothing about it. Once this deal happens, Realists, right? Because me and you talk about this. Once this ABK deal goes through, which is going to go through, all we can do, man, at this point is just stay gaming. The gaming is going to speak for itself, like I tell Games Heroes, like I tell JyzalGamingTV. Bro, it's going to be so pathetic because the Activision deal alone can control Game Pass on its own. Let's not forget this partnership deal that's about to happen with Netflix. Sky's the limit with that. Don't forget. Gears of War, the animated movie's coming. I said it, animated. I'm more thrilled about the animated version than I am the real version. I don't care about Bethesda playing Marcus Phoenix. Give me the animated Gears of War. I'll go watch that movie 5 times in a row. Bro, there's going to come a time where everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, when they mention gaming, they will mention Xbox. Because Xbox is going to be the place where gaming gets represented at. Period. The beautiful thing about Nintendo that I have to admit, Nintendo, you did a damn good job locking up the Eastern world. Nobody's going to be able to take that from you. You kicked Sony's ass clear the hell up out of that damn market. Kicked its ass. You sent it over here where the yen's got to get flipped. Damn. And that's all I got to pretty much say on that one. Microsoft, with this cloud, is about to take off. With this mobile is about to take off. The console space? Are you serious? You donkeys are still talking about the console space? Bro, it only can be 250 million. That ain't nothing. They make more consoles at a number than Sony is worth. Sony ain't even worth 250 million. That's what's funny. That's what's funny. Oh, Zinc stays on Gears. I'm at to holler at Zinc too. Zinc and Game Trails. We're gonna have to run some games, man. I'm gonna have to put that on my Elgato, man. We're gonna have to do something because I gotta come out of retirement soon. Gears of War 6, man. Y'all finna catch that smoke.
Oh, I can't wait for 6.
Y'all finna catch that smoke.
And still gonna run on Unreal Engine 5.1. God damn.
I know it, boy. It's gonna be beautiful.
Which game is running on 5.1?
The Gears of War 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah,
bro. But they got man. Don't they have another game coming before that though?
Oh yeah, a smaller the game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, y'all.
Yeah,
we made an hour out of this show, y'all. We went over an hour. Congratulations.
Because really, a lot of these studios, like Matt Moody says, in between they're gonna make smaller games. Like
that was before Bethesda though. You remember like all those things? Like before Bethesda came along, they were like, we're targeting AA games as well.
Realist. A Plague Tale's
Okay, if we try to double the games, then why people complain about grounding and pentiment?
Look, man, and this hold on real quick, because that brings me back to what I was saying before. Like, anybody who says that Xbox had a bad year, that basically saying that Xbox gamers didn't have games to play, that's patently false. But if you make a direct question, did Microsoft have a good year with their first party? Now, for Game Heroes, yes, because he loves Grounded, he loves Pentiment. That's why I was hoping that you let Game Heroes take the mic when Obo was talking about Pentiment. The boy Game Heroes got like 2 days on it. You see what I'm saying? So if there's anybody on this panel that stands on that, I look the Game, because Game has been talking about Josh Sawyer, how he doesn't miss before. All these other dudes have been saying it. Right. But he don't have a huge platform, so nobody was bringing up Game Heroes, bringing up Josh Sawyer, how Pentiment is going to be an outstanding game. The game almost hit a 90 when it's nothing but reading. Right. But visual novels are a genre of games. Right. But Xbox gamers had nothing but games to play, especially if you're a Game Pass subscriber. For your $15 to $9.99 a month, whatever you're paying, you had games to play every month. 2 halves, games get dropped every month. We only know what the first half of this month is. We still got the second half to go to see what comes.
We just got Luke Skywalker Lego edition, baby.
Right. And then they already said that the Monster Hunter game is day one for next month. That's one that they already call it next month. So just if we just keep it on the first party discussion, I'd be like, Xbox didn't bring it. I mean, what's the shame in that? If Phil Spencer can say it, I'm going to say it.
It's true.
But going forward, we already know that they didn't buy those studios for decoration. They didn't buy ABK just to have them over there. They're talking about King, but we know why they want. We know that Call of Duty is a big deal, right? They're just going to talk about King to get this deal through. Fine. But Bethesda's been here. Bethesda came with games that Sony bought off, right? Mm-hmm. Obsidian has been bringing it. Undead just a few months ago just got announced that they got a new animation studio. So Xbox is bringing it.
Look what Zink just said. CFDs had content. Halo Infinite had content. Flight Simulator had content. Forza Horizon had Hot Wheels. New Grounded. High on Life next. It's all facts.
Yeah.
Listen, like I've always said, look, I don't care who y'all go listen to. I don't care who you like. I don't care if you don't like us. But if you're coming here to hear some bozo type theological irrational thinking, this ain't the place for you. We have some integrity, voice of reason. It has to take place. Look, we get it. We point out where Microsoft made its mistakes on this show with Starfield putting out the date. We get it.
But then again, that wasn't even a mistake though, Legal, because you got to remember when they called that shot, Activision was not in the cards.
I don't know, man. I call it a mistake. I'm sticking to it.
Because Activision was not in the cards. So you're gonna put Starfield against Call of Duty.
Yeah, he's right about that. Yeah,
you put the date out.
Equation when they did it.
It's the date that I had a problem with. The date.
Okay, make your date, but plans change.
When
they said the mission changed, they always do, man.
Yep.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. That's why you're saying.
This is what they say, realists. Coming out fall, coming out winter. They don't
but then they change, and it always does. That's the point.
Yeah. So when they made the date, when they gave me the date, realists, I was like, I'm on it.
But Call of Duty was not about to be in tow. You got to think about that, man. This is all business, bro. They're not throwing Starfield out there just to get smashed up. Look at God of War, man. We don't even hear about it no more.
Nope, but we know that. We know.
But I knew it before they dropped
it. You cut it off quicker than I did. You said, Legal, we ain't gonna hear about this shit after 4 days. I said, come on, realist. Man, damn it, you was right. But
because they put it between 2 Call of Duty games.
Because I said I give it 2 weeks, man, and you laughed at me. I said, listen, I'm just trying to give them some kind of hope. But you nailed it. 4 days, bro. It was done. I didn't even hear it for 7 days. Realist, Games Hero, Six Slayer, Chit Chat community. This is the fact about God of War, okay? Sony had to do something to smoke and mirror Microsoft's success, right? With their games coming out for 2022. So the first thing they wanted to let y'all know, after 2 damn weeks from the 9th, it was the 23rd, they want to tell y'all that God of War sold 5.1 million. Damn it, man. And it was split. Even if we're nice, that's 2.55. Let's just be nice. Let's lie about it. 2.55 went to PlayStation 4. 2.55 went to PlayStation 5. But let's even get even more realer than that. Let's say 3.2 went to PlayStation 5 and 1.7 went to PlayStation 4. Does that make you donkeys happy? Because here's the bottom line. Nobody played that shit. That's the bottom line. So now we've moved on. Yo, cross-gen supposedly, here's what happened to God of War, and I got my sacrifice. I told y'all, look at really smiling. Can you smell it? You smell that barbecue? I put Kratos on that grill, fam. Let me speak this Texas lingo. I put Kratos on that slab. Then I took it down to Tennessee and Memphis and I threw it in the barrel. Then after I slow cooked that baby, I brought it out so everybody can eat. And what shocked me was nobody wanted it. So I started giving it away in bundles. I started putting fries and coleslaw with it. I got some people to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't tell you how much I sold it. It had to take 2 weeks because that next week we had to count the bundles, like my man JyzalGamingTV said. See, now it's coming to a point where Sony just can't, they don't have the third-party journalists like they did last year. They just can't they can't use those lies anymore. Those tactics are too obvious now. And with Microsoft having the better product, it's complicated. It's a complicated relationship right now. Because like I told y'all, the industry never goes with the inferior product. No matter how bad it gets, they always gotta sell the Maybach over the Camry. That's why CES 2022 didn't showcase the PlayStation 5 on none of them damn TVs when they spoke about next generation gaming. It just doesn't work like that, people. So now, your best game that was supposed to highlight your console, 2 games that were supposed to highlight your console, didn't do it. That's The Last of Us 2. That is God of War Raggy. We're rolling the dice. And it doesn't even matter if we hit Snake Eyes. We're just going to keep rolling the dice. And we're waiting on Spider-Man. That's the next sacrifice. Poor Spider-Man. No Gotti. You better get, Jeff Keighley, you better give God of War Gotti. You better give him something. Because it's the last hope for them. On your planet called the Game Awards, you better do something. Because they're giving the kitty cat Gottis out here. We can't be having that. But damn, it'd be a damn shame if Elden Ring don't win Gotti on your platform, huh? So we waiting. We holding the dice. We waiting. But after 2022, you can kiss your ass goodbye. And you heard it right here. No console war intended. No, none of this. Oh, look, my console outsold yours. None of that. I'm just telling you the truth. Period. You don't have nothing coming after that. There's no paper trail. There's no nothing. And that's why Games Heroes keeps asking y'all. And y'all got to come up with shit like this. Here's some of y'all said this on Twitter. Oh, Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 7. Really? Y'all don't even play that shit. Okay. Silent Hill. Really? That's what you bringing to the table? This ain't even a barbecue.
Trash.
Right. Those are side dishes. We ain't even got the brisket. Y'all ain't giving us no brisket. Don't come to Texas, man, to a barbecue asking for sides. You get your ass kicked down here. You better say you want some ribs or some brisket. I'm letting y'all know right now, y'all don't have no ribs or brisket. Right. Forspoken. They don't even know what the hell that is, fam. They don't even know what the hell that is. Look what the mix said. This is true. Listen, man, the Game Pass makes it all irrelevant, but let's give the mix some props. I don't like the price hike, because really, who likes price hikes? Nobody.
Exactly.
I don't like when my gas prices go up.
Was coming, and before that, it was all sus timing by the usual suspects. You know, the greedy ones. We knew it. But it doesn't mean all of a sudden we're hypocrites now. We called it from back then. That eventually it's going to happen. Right. That's why anytime we said anything that was remotely related to that, we always said, for now, with the understanding that the price will go up. I don't like the price. Always made that caveat. Always did.
But when Xbox gives you the total package, I can't complain too much. That's it. I mean, they gave us a reason. Dude, these games, I can't wait for these games. Let me tell y'all something right now, man. I know there's a lot of people out here that the pockets ain't too deep. That doesn't have nothing to do with you being a gamer. The only thing I've ever said was get out there, hustle for your gaming. Gaming isn't cheap anymore. Get out there, cut you some yards, make you some money. Uber Eats, do what you got to do. Hustle. There's nothing wrong with a man or woman that hustles for theirs, right? Works hard for theirs, right? I would hate for anybody to miss out on what Microsoft is about to bring to gaming starting in 2023 with these new next-gen games. I held on to mine. Realist, no, he was here. Realist saw it with his own eyes. At my house, he saw my prize jewel. And I waited 9 months because I was like, let me see what happens. I don't know. TV might come across later on down the line. Who knows what they'll do. And I might snatch the next one up. But I'm in. And I'm glad I'm in because I was basing my experience, and let me give credit to Realist because he was right. It has taken too long, people. I don't care, but it's taken too long. The show now has to go on, and Microsoft is coming out the gate. We done waited 2 years. I have nothing to justify my purchase. I don't. Don't tell me Sea of Thieves. I had Sea of Thieves already last year. Don't tell me State of Decay. I had that last year. Don't tell me Forza. I had that last year. Don't tell me Gears. Had that last year. I want my damn Starfields. I want my damn Redfalls. I want my Forza Motorsports. I want my damn Avowed. I want my Perfect Darks. I want. You know what? Hold on. Damn it. You want to know what I'm looking for? I'll tell you. Let me let them know. I want my Starfield, my Redfalls, my High on Lifes, my Fables, my Vows, my Elder Scrolls 6. I want my Warhammer Dark Tides. I want my Stalker 2. Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3s. I want my Hellblade 2. That's my baby. See, my Hellblade 2 now is so comfortable because Kratos has been sacrificed. See, Nudo, she doesn't even have to worry now because I had her up against the God of War. And then he became a damn journalist, novel, love story. The Outer Worlds 2, Everwilds, Ark 2, and Fallout 5. Or what? Fallout 7, right? All these games. Most of them Unreal Engine 5s. Microsoft isn't playing around, bro. None of these shits are cross-gen games. PlayStation, Spider-Man 2, Forspoken. I would say Wolverine, but I can't. It's against the rules. So you got Spider-Man 2 and Forspoken. Sad time to be a PlayStation fan. Because now you PlayStation fans are right where I want you to be, making up shit. Oh, we got We got Final Fantasy 7. And we're just looking at you. Clown yourself. Really? You better get out here and play The Witcher 3. You better get on some shit like that that's gonna give you something, because that ain't a Sony game. Y'all better go get on that and stay on that for a while. Callisto Protocol, you had a nice run. You had a good couple of days to talk your shit. That's about to go down to the trash can, because soon as it, I forgot. And y'all praying on his downfall. Y'all are right now out there in the fields, right? You don't even want my carrots no more. Y'all said, the hell with them carrots. Legal gives us the shit starting to take nasty. We want something different. So I'll work on something, y'all. Don't worry. I'm gracious. I'll figure out something other than carrots. But right now, you're getting them carrots by the bundles, half off. Y'all want Indiana Jones to be multi-plat. We know y'all do. Praying on his downfall like B.I.G. Wow, what y'all scared about? That it's going to be exclusive? The lies of Pi? The lies of P? Listen, man. Y'all just, right now, I would hate to be a PlayStation fan. But the joy that comes into my heart about you playing yourself, I told y'all, listen, there's nothing wrong, like Six Slayer said. There's nothing wrong with you being a PlayStation fan. You got your PlayStation console, whether it blows like a jet and sounds like a damn jet stream. That's all. That's your business, right? You want to front like that shit's cool? Fine. You want to put your game, you want to front like that damn console matches the shit in your household? Fine. Fine. You want to play it off like they don't look like the Jetsons, Elroy's collar? Fine. Fine. You want to play it off that shit don't get hot? Fine. You want to play like you can use all your features on that console? Fine. You can play whatever you want off on that damn console. You can, if you believe that console is RDNA 3, fine. Do that. But here's what you can't bring to the table. You can't bring next gen to the table. And for that, you hate us. We get it. Every day.
Hey, so I'm on the road. I'm on the road. What do you say you can't bring that next gen to the table? But Spider-Man will be on PS4. Remember that.
I'm too scared, Games Heroes. I'm not brave like you yet. I don't know, but damn.
Looks like.
I mean, y'all remember that when Miles Morales was built from the ground up for the PS5 and the SSD? You remember that?
I do.
All right, don't forget.
I'm just saying, man, y'all are too bold.
Because they gotta hype these guys up for their PS5s, right? Yep. Because they're still selling PS4s, and so they said they're going to support those PS4s. You got 114 of them out there, 115 of them, million of them out there. Why would you skip the majority of your fans with your most popular IP and you can't meet demand?
I got a question, Realist. What's the highest selling only PlayStation 5 game so far?
PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
Ratchet & Clank.
No, are you serious? No, Miles Morales. Yeah. What is it?
No,
Miles Morales?
No, it's Ratchet. You name several qualifiers, and that's not.
Hold on. Is it Miles Morales?
That's not PlayStation only. No.
Oh shit.
That's why I just called it out, because they said it was built from the ground up for the PS5 and the magical SSD, and then they dropped a low-key tweet about how it's going to be on PS4 too.
Game Heroes. What's the only PlayStation 5 game?
Returnal,
probably Ratchet.
Ratchet, Demon Souls remake, and if you want to call it this dog shit, the Destruction All Stars.
Okay, so what's the highest?
They didn't want it to be free.
What's the highest selling PlayStation 5 game to date?
On Ratchet,
probably Ratchet.
Yeah, 1.1 million.
Huh?
1.1 million.
In the words of Teknoblast.
Yeah.
See. Y'all bringing that, bro.
Hey, and these dudes want them to bring Bloodborne back.
I gotta repeat this. I gotta do it one more time.
Hey, readers, be quiet, man. That's funny.
I know it. I gotta bring this right back again. I'm sorry, people. It didn't register. What's the highest selling PlayStation 5?
I'm about to Google it.
Games Heroes?
It's Ratchet. No matter what it's sold, it's Ratchet.
How many?
I'm about to Google it.
That's the only one it could be. Yeah.
This is
None of the other ones will fit the qualifier. See, they love to talk about exclusives, but those are cross-gen games. But when we talk about Xbox exclusives, they quick to discount all those games that are backwards compatible with the original, last generation. Or PlayStation, we don't even have enough, to mention 5 of them because there aren't that many.
But Game Heroes was right again.
How much
off the dome, 1.1 million.
That's it.
Figures.
I mean, because if you look at Returnal, the last reported numbers was like 580 something thousand, and you already know Demon Souls didn't sell. It didn't sell when they dropped it the first time.
And that's why he said what he said about Spider-Man. He wasn't the first to say that. It wasn't him. It wasn't me, but we were pretty close because both of us were talking along those lines before anybody said it first. But
Six Slayer, are we supposed to be scared? Are we supposed to be scared, Six Slayer?
Hey, I think Flight Simulator outsold. Since Flight Simulator sold 2 million.
Stop it, Game Hero.
Flight Simulator is special, man.
No. Flight Sim did sold 2 million on Xbox, right? Yeah.
Stop, Game Heroes.
I don't know, but I know it's a special case on PC, bro. Like it's for enthusiasts. Yeah. And I can only imagine what's about to happen with Motorsport 8.
Wait, hold on. So it doesn't count because it's a special case because there are a lot of people who happen to like it. What? Oh no, because it has a built-in audience now. We can't count it. Come on, man. How many goalposts we got?
No, I'm just saying it's a special game, and I know that the sales are more than we expect for that.
Oh, I agree.
Like it's at a corporate level with that game.
It doesn't count now because of that. Hey man, just because it has a built-in audience and there's people who said it doesn't count.
I'm just saying I'm basically praising the game, bro. If you played it, I got a flight stick right here. I'm looking at.
Me too.
And I can I've seen the setups of people with 4 screens to play that game. I know that
moving chairs, all
sales. Yeah, I know the sales are good on that game. Microsoft didn't really talk about them, but they
just sitting back making that money low key. The folks just don't see it. But they make the announcement every quarter, and there you go.
Hey, but why'd you cut so 1.1 million out of what? 10 million PlayStations when it first came out last year?
11. At that time, it was 11.
That's fly.
And that's why I always say, I mean, the best selling game from PlayStation is Spider-Man, right? And that hit 17% of the fan base. So then you had Ratchet and Clank that had access to, or 11 million had the opportunity to buy it, and only 10% of their owners bought that game. You know that that game is still kind of moving units because they haven't put it in the service yet. All the other games that aren't moving, they just go ahead and throw them in the service to give them new life. I mean, that's the play. They laid it down. It's not me making it up. But Ratchet, I mean, it's a pretty good platform, man. I won't knock it. But give me Psychonauts. I would love to see Double Fine start from scratch with Microsoft behind them on a Psychonauts 3.
But that's the funny thing about that what's the name? Ratchet and Clank sold 1.1 million copies out of 10 million PlayStations when it first came out.
The last numbers are still 1.1 with 28 or whatever they're coming out with.
They didn't update
the bigger the numbers they report, the worse PlayStation exclusives look.
Right.
No. They didn't update the numbers of Horizon. They didn't update the numbers of GT7, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. What else? Demon Souls. How many people bought Demon Souls?
You can look it up, but I know it's not impressive, bro. I mean, the games that are decent are the racing game, Horizon, and God of War, and they put those games in bundles.
You know what realists and game heroes are proving to me, and chit chat community, everybody around the world. You know what these two are proving to me? This is what they're proving. PlayStation hasn't made a game that's worth the exodus of the PlayStation 4 Pro yet. That still want to sit on their PlayStation 4 Pros.
And that's why they're going to support it till 2026.
There you go.
So 1.4 according to this.
Shit. They haven't made a game yet.
How much? 1.4?
1.4.
I'll back home. So you tell me
that's actually way more than I thought.
Yeah, me too. So you told me they had what? 4 next generation games. You have a remake, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, a new IP, and Destruction of All Souls, a new IP. And none of these games
what's the other new IP? Oh, you said Returnal's a new IP?
Yeah, Returnal's a new IP. Destruction of All Souls is a new IP.
Hey, but you know them boys don't play multiplayer over there. If it's not Call of Duty,
that game died.
FIFA, they're not gonna give it a shot. That's why I feel bad for Sony and their 10 service games. They're not gonna even get a chance.
Yeah, that game died. So you see, that's why I said legal. I don't think Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's
will be on the
logic,
PS5. I think that game have to be cross-gen, because if that game is only on PS5 and what readers and I'm saying what the sales, and remember, this is the time when PlayStation 5 sold 10 million copies. So if Return to sell 500,000 copies out of 10 million PlayStations, Ratchet and Clank, how many Ratchet and Clank games do they have? 16? So you tell me
that's the 17th one, right?
Yeah, 17.
I think it was number 17, yeah.
So you're telling me there's 17 Ratchet and Clank games, and this one sells 1.7 million, 1.1 million copies. That's saying something. That means that nobody's not buying these games. So if nobody's not buying these games, then I think Sony should continue to do cross-generation games. Up to,
and that's why they're doing it.
Just do it up to Wolverine. Because I don't think Wolverine will be cross-gen. Because that game is coming out probably in 2025. There's another article today. It's going to come out in 2025. That's like 3 years for now.
Right.
So Spider-Man's coming out next year. If I was the betting man, I would say Spider-Man. I would say Spider-Man would come out. I would say 60% will be on PS4.
I'm telling y'all right now, you and Realist, I'm crowning y'all, bro. If y'all end up being right, I just hate to be the people who hated on y'all.
Since when does Sony
say
they're gonna release a game and it hits when they say it's gonna hit? They dangle those carrots out there, bro. I guess you forgot about like Death Stranding, Last of Us, and Ghost. They dangle that carrot for 3 or 4 years for them dudes, man.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the thing, Realist. You're exactly right. I agree with it. But Spider-Man was supposed to come out when?
Next year.
Right. Look.
And I don't think they're gonna come out next year.
Nobody really believes it.
When they
if it comes out next year.
It has always been 2023, and that's why I give you two guys the benefit of the doubt, because it's the first. Because this game didn't get a previous date. It didn't say, "Oh, it's coming out 2022," and then, "Oh no, it's coming out 2023." If it did that, I'd be like, "Man, y'all really pushing it." But Realist has a point. This is the first official year drop. They noticed they didn't say no months. They just said in the year. Traditional.
Remember God of War 2021?
Huh? No.
You remember that splash screen at the end of the award show?
Yep.
Ragnarok is coming 2021.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. When traditionally, what the Realist is saying and the game shows are saying is lining up perfectly. If Spider-Man comes out 2023, that's a grand slam.
But come on, 2023. I'm not surprised.
It's a grand slam.
I know, but I'm not surprised though. But
so what happens? You put that out there against Starfield, because you already know when they announce a date like that.
Right.
But read it.
It's not going to come out, because God of War is the first game in a long time that they released fourth quarter.
Right.
No, but read it. So, all right. So I'm looking at their quote unquote schedule, right? So for Spoken coming out in January, right? They don't have no goddamn games after that. Final Fantasy. Now there's a rumor. The guy Snitch on Twitter, he says that he has a code or something like that. The insider. They said that. What's the name? Final Fantasy 16 is coming out between June and September. Now,
will it matter?
But now, where they could fit Spider-Man? Because if Spider-Man comes out between September and let's say Final Fantasy 16 coming out in September, that's stupid in my opinion. So I think that Sony just waiting for the release date of Final Fantasy 16 to put out Spider-Man after Final Fantasy 16, and they're gonna have a state of play, show gameplay, and end of the state of play, they're gonna shock the fans that is also coming to the PS4.
Right, but they won't mention it until later on when you look online to see like the official copy of the trailer or other websites. But they'll never mention it in that initial announcement when they do the trailer.
But
it's not 2026 yet, man. They're not abandoning PlayStation. The thing that PlayStation has been doing with their exclusives, right? The exclusives have been games that they know are not really big sellers, right? Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, Returnal, right?
No.
But the big games, your games that sold 20 million, is your Horizon, your GT,
and God of War,
Spider-Man, God of War, like those games that they know can sell, that have a little bit more appeal. They're gonna put those multi-platform. That's why I don't see Spider-Man skipping PS4.
Yeah, I don't see that too.
Destruction All Stars doesn't hurt at all to make that.
And I don't see that too. I don't see that too because they listen. What Rita says is like 100+ million PS4s, right? And this is crazy because I did my research. Majority of people bought Spider-Man Miles Morales is not even on the PS5. It's on the PS4 version.
Yep.
So, and this is just an asset flip. This is like they built this game from the ground up. So, and somebody asked Insomnia Games, like a couple this year, that when Spider-Man coming out, Insomnia Games said we're still working on it. Be patient. That's what he said.
They say we're on schedule. There's so much room to just move it.
Yeah. So this is my theory, right? If we don't see any news about Spider-Man 2 between January to I would say June. No.
A trailer at the very least at the Game Awards. A trailer,
they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
I guarantee you they will, and because you should already know what the PlayStation fanboys will do with that. Okay, they'll use that as enough fuel to use that as a talking point for the rest of the year, even though it's not coming out next year. That's what they'll
do. Real quick. How are they gonna drop a game as big as Spider-Man when they're scared to do a show? They don't even want to do. They don't even want to do shows right now because of the so-called because of the acquisition. Exactly. So you can't even set it up. What they gonna do? Shadow drop it? They scared to put out a show right now.
They gotta show it off first. So how are they gonna show it off next year and then not do it at the Game Awards? We all accuse it as being controlled by a Sony fanboy. For it to not be there would be really bad look for Sony. Let's be honest.
And this is my theory, right? If they don't show no goddamn gameplay of this goddamn Spider-Man between January to June, it's delayed.
Listen, if they don't do it at the Game Awards, it's delayed. And the Game Awards is when? Like this week or something? I forget when.
Sony never show inside the Game Awards.
It doesn't matter. They have to. It just goes to show this is that's the biggest moment that they're gonna have until the next E3 next year. That's
they don't even show up to
E3. They don't have an E3. They never listen.
There you go. So they're gonna wait that long for Spider-Man that's supposed to come out next year. That's my point. That's gonna be the first opportunity you have to change your opinion or to adjust your prediction on when Spider-Man will come out. If it's at the Game Awards, at least you could entertain the thought of it coming out next year, even though we both still would say it's not coming out next year, probably, right? But if they don't show it at all, how could anybody fix their face to say it's coming out next year? And that's because in a couple days at best.
Only because Sony told them. But Sony, I can remember any time where Sony put out a date 2 years out like that, and they hit it. To me, that's just the carrot they're dangling to keep you excited about buying your PlayStation.
and it won't even come out next year. But PlayStation fanboys will use that as a talking point all next year, expecting it to come out, but it won't.
But when it comes to Xbox,
highly likely. Yeah,
they showed us the next 12 months, so we got until June. We don't know what's coming the second half. We don't know what's ready. It's gonna be crazy. See, we're only talking about Starfield. See, they told us, so we can talk about them, right? So we got Starfield, we got Redfall, and Motorsport. In addition to the 2022 holdovers, bro, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy next year. I don't know what us gonna do, but we're gonna have to find some time somewhere to beat these games. Because it's just gonna be, bro. It's to the point now, man, where I might just be in Game Pass. If it ain't in Game Pass, I ain't playing it. Screw it. Just act like nothing else exists, and that way I can keep up.
Better, because there's more games there to go through the Game Pass, and then you won't be keeping up. It'll actually be worse, ironically. There's even more games there on Game Pass, and they're so easy to try and be interested in. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I'm gonna keep the whole buck with you, bro. I don't want to play everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try a lot of things, but there's so many games that I actually want to play in that game in the series.
Yep.
But 6 years, I don't think they're gonna show it in the Game Awards. I'm gonna tell you why. If they do that, right, and it says 2023, you know how these Sony fanboys gonna hype up this and that.
Exactly. That's what I said.
And guess what? And guess what's gonna happen? By the middle of 2023, around June or July, Sony and some of the games will come out with a tweet. Says, sorry, this game is delayed to the first half of 2024.
With heavy hearts, we'd like to inform everyone.
And they're gonna break a lot of people's heart.
That's fine.
That's why I say if they don't show anything between January to June, unlikely it's going to get delayed. They gotta have a showcase in the spring.
It's in their best interest to try to stack that thing with Wolverine.
You know what, y'all? They have
this onslaught from Xbox is just
it's too much, bro. But they gotta showcase person can
say. They got to showcase them before we start talking about they're gonna hit that 2023.
That's true.
Yeah,
but
they've been afraid to do a show.
You're right, because you know what? They were scared for God of War, and you called that one. You was like, bro, it's coming out between the Modern Warfares, them Call of Duty games. Look how long they held that game in the holding sick. They waited till the last month. I said, man, something's wrong with this game. They done waited till the last month, then come out. The damn game was a PlayStation 4 game.
But they gotta show Spider-Man, because when Forza hits, Agent Empires, Starfield, and Redfall hits, I don't even talk about Minecraft.
Empires, not Ancient Empires. You hold
Agent Empires. Yeah, Agent Empires.
You want to know what the messed up part about Spider-Man is? It's the same damn city.
Yeah, that's true. New York City. But see, that's the problem with this game, because I had the first game, right? You know what me and Legal said it too. If this game had co-op and we could control 2 Spider-Mans, that would be epic. And not only that, because you don't live in New York City, Legal. If you could go to Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island,
facts, make it detailed. Speak on
it. That takes real effort, bro.
Sure, but they're not going to do that. But
let me go down to Coney Island and buy me a footlong.
Yeah, I want to fly to my house.
I did when I went there.
Hey, I want to go to my apartment.
Yes, sir. 6-layer went, man, and got him one. He
I sent you the picture immediately. Yep.
I want to go to my apartment in Queens.
bro, what's up with you, bro? You act like this is freaking flight simulator or something, bro. That's something that Microsoft does. That ain't something that Sony.
I said dudes have to put in work.
Next gen. This is next gen, right, brother?
Look, man. He thinks that Insomniac is a sub of Microsoft, man. Stop it.
Hey, they could do that, but I don't know. But listen,
they could if they had Microsoft.
Nehemiah said, "What's up, boy?"
Hey, listen.
Said, "What's up?"
Hey, but really, they're gonna be a bloodbath in the first half. They gotta do something.
What up, Spartan?
It's only gonna get worse, bro. Just imagine Yeah,
It's not the answer.
it ain't. It ain't. They don't even want that game, but they're gonna act like they do just for
That game
Twitter.
is hot garbage. That's not
exclusive.
That's not the answer.
Hey, but check out them carrots that Xbox been dangling in front of us though. We got Fable, we got Avowed, we got Hellblade, Perfect Dark. What else we got coming?
After Spider, okay.
Like it's so many games, bro. It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, that's true. But after
and
Spider-Man,
then you got all them support studios that get to make their own games now from
and not only the big AAA game, even the double A games like Project Mora and what the Coalition is making.
Yep. And then one day Everwild will come out.
Everwild coming out. And look, but look. After Spider-Man, right? What next? Wolverine? Wolverine?
Factions, 3 years. Better late than never.
Factions not coming out next year.
That'll be 4 years.
No, right? that's not coming out next year. They said
no, it's not coming out next year. But what I'm saying, you said what else? That's the only thing that they told anybody about.
Okay, then after Factions, what next?
I don't know. Ghost of Tsushima director's cut.
Somebody hit the button by accident.
I did that on purpose. I just wanted to do that. I'm sorry, y'all.
That would have been kind of smooth after I said cut.
Yeah. No, but
you know what it is, bro? They got the Horizon MMO, bro.
No, but they had the Rise. No. Actually, you know what? They had a first party game. They call it Rising Call on the Mountain, a VR game. That's what they count on Twitter now. They call them VR games.
Who's spending $600?
Hey, look, man. I see the list wars. They listen to games like Sonic Hill and Forspoken, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Last of Us 3, Haven Studios new IP, Blue Point, making.
But you already know they don't trust Blue Point enough to do anything. They're gonna give Blue Point another remake of some sort. You know what I'm saying?
Another port job or something. Yeah. That's what they got them for in the first place.
It's like when you look at their studios, the ones that we know, 5, we got Bungie. We know that's for the streets. We got that too, right? You got Bungie. You got Naughty Dog. You got Santa Monica. You got the baseball studio. And what else? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Insomniac. Everybody else is like just up in the air. We don't know what's coming from them. So I don't know what they got. They don't want to tell nobody what they have either. The Xbox landed on the table and saying compete.
Because God of War is technically God of War is not the last game. Technically, it's really Spider-Man. But if Spider-Man does come out next year, that's it, man. They don't really have anything else because Wolverine is early in production. If you look at all these studios, right? Ben Studios' ready-made day is gone in 2019. So they're making a new IP. That won't take years. They said Blue Point is making a new IP. They required that studio in 2021. That will take years. I don't know who the hell is Fire Sprite. Guerrilla Games
studio.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games. They just make Horizon, right? So the next game, probably next 6-5 years.
Unless they want JyzalGamingTV on their ass, they better take their time and do something else. You know what I'm saying? Animations.
Yeah, Haven Studio. They bought a goddamn studio with no games, so we don't know when that.
Oh yeah, they do. They do have Deviation. I mean, that's
no. They don't own Deviation yet.
They don't own Deviation, but that's an exclusive that they're funding.
But okay. Then House Marquee. The last game they made was
Marquee.
Yeah, House Marquee. They made what? Returnal.
Let him fly, man. He's a peacock. Let him fly.
Yeah, let me fly. You know I can pronounce these names.
High tide raises all boats, man.
Yeah. 2000. They made Returnal. That came out last year, and they said they're making a new IP right now, and this will be the biggest game they ever made. So that won't take years. Insomniac Games is making Spider-Man 2. I don't know who the hell is running. And Wolverine. I don't know who the hell is running the studio. Medium Article, they make Dreams, but what else they making?
Stop it.
I know. Naughty Dog, they just made what? The Last of Us remake?
Infection.
Nixus is a port studio.
Now they claim that Neil Druckmann is making
a new IP.
A space-based IP. So
No, that's not Neil Druckmann. That's Cory Barlog. He's making a space thing.
Yeah. Is it Cory Barlog?
That's Cory.
Cory Barlog.
Yeah, Barlog. I know he's. I always thought it was the Last of Us guy, not the God of War guy. All right,
he's the God of War guy. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was the Last of Us guy who said he was making the space IP, but I could be wrong. I'm not a PlayStation guy, man.
I barely remember that either. So
that's Cory. I don't know what Neil Druckmann is doing. He probably making the Last of Us Part 3.
It's called Blowing Smoke.
And then they have another studio, Pixasus. These guys made Concrete Genie. I don't know what the hell they making.
They're making support.
They make the
Bro, we only know 5 of their studios. That's what I was saying. You're going through all 20.
Yeah,
like we only know about 5.
Sucker Punch. They just made Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
What else they making? They better be making Ghost of Oahu or something.
Right?
Ghost of Osaka or something.
Yo, sick. Sony sound like Microsoft 10 years ago. Damn.
Yep.
So Sony Monica
going to take time.
Sony Monica Studio just released God of War. So
bro, it's the same thing, and that's why they scared. See, they can't look. Y'all mentioned this earlier, man. When they say PlayStation did so great this year, they did so great in comparison to what? When Microsoft doesn't do much, it makes them look better than what they really are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those days are coming to an end. Those days are the second half of the Xbox One generation where they drop you 2 games at the end and it's like, oh my God, it's so awesome. But then Microsoft, ain't got nothing. That's why they got the acclaim that they got. That's why they got the praise and they look so strong. But when you comparing it to man, look, I know you love the games, bro. But when you put God of War against Pentiment and grounded against Forza, whatever the racing game is, Horizon, fine. Yeah. It's gonna look great because you're putting AAA games against AA games.
Double game. I know.
But next year and beyond, those days are over. Sony's gonna have to really do something to impress people. Because Xbox is gonna be doing too many things to turn too many heads to where you can't just dump these games off every 7 years. That's another thing. Sony's about to feel pressure to put more on these teams. That's why you got these teams talking about having multiple projects because they can't just sit back and let them take 7 years on a game.
That's why I said like Obsidian. Shout out to them. They made what? Pentiment, Grounded, Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds 2. They ain't make Outer Worlds 2 yet.
Mm-hmm. I know, and a Valve.
About.
Then there's a rumor going on.
The next Elder Scrolls.
No. The rumor going on. They're making another game coming out next year. I don't know.
They said over the next 7 years they got 6 games. Is what they said.
Yeah. Next year they might make another game next year.
It would be right. I mean, it's what they said.
And it's not gonna be a Valve. It's not be Outer Worlds. It'll be another smaller the game. And guess what? Next year they said that In Exile Games is making another game. They got two.
But we don't know the name of it. That's why I don't talk about it. But they keep talking about In Exile's new game, Compulsion's new game. But we don't know anything about it. We don't talk about the Wu-Tang game that people were talking about. The what's that game that's coming in the Game Pass next month?
Damn.
The Monster Hunter competitor that Microsoft has in development. Contraband. No,
Contraband. And you know what?
Listen real quick because that goes into competition. See, Microsoft couldn't get Monster Hunter, right? So what do? They hit the lab, hit the streets, get somebody to make them their own competitor to the game that didn't want to hit the platform. See, when it comes to Sony, they're going to cry to regulators over the threat that it might leave. Microsoft makes a competitor. See, we got a Monster Hunter competitor coming down the line. We got Contraband, Then IO is on a game for Microsoft.
Yeah, a Dragon game.
Project Dragon. We don't know what it's really about.
And remember, think about Xbox Game Studios, right? Microsoft has Xbox publishing studios. Like the publishing
and that's where all those other games come from that I just
like
mentioned. Those are all like second party deals. Contraband, Project
Project
Belfry.
AO. They have another one coming in there for only for PC. It was like a medieval game, like a Age of Empire game on PC only. They have another. There's rumors going on that they're making another hit. Listen, man, like Microsoft is gonna swing big time. But the problem is, I say this again, right? If you want competition, right, Sony also has to compete. If Sony's not competing in the next 3 or 4 years, and Sony Microsoft's putting on these games out, like how this is competition?
What can they do, bro? You can't make a Spider-Man every year.
This is what happened last generation when Microsoft had a good the first had what they had Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive, Ori, Rise, all the Forza games and Halos and Rise of the Tomb Raider, whatever. Sony had nothing.
Indie Station.
Then towards the end of the generation, Microsoft, it got exposed because they only have 4 studios. And
we know now Microsoft's ready to pack it up.
Yeah. So now Microsoft started strong last generation, and it ended the generation very slow. And you saw the generation slow because they didn't have no launch title. And now you can't really call them Gear Tactics, but they didn't have no launch title. They had a good year last year.
Every game is not for everybody.
I know, but they had a good game last year, because they wouldn't publish the year. This year, they didn't have no AAA games this year, besides, these AA games. So they started slow. Sony's always started slow. But now Sony started strong. Now
you think that's strong,
after God of War, now
you think a remake is strong?
They did start strong.
You think that started? Look, it's only strong because Microsoft didn't have any launch titles.
But Sony didn't have
let's just say Microsoft had Halo. Is that still strong? And Halo was ready. That's not strong.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you why.
It's only strong because it's going against nothing.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Because nobody bought it though. Games, we just looked it up. 1.42 years later.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. When Sony started slow, right? Sony only had NAC and Qzone, right? Versus Xbox have all of these good launch titles. Did Sony had started slow? No. Yeah, they did, in my opinion. So doesn't mean you have one game, doesn't mean nothing. You gotta have multiple games.
I can't say that because they also had what's that game that
Infamous?
They took advantage of the power of the SSD at the beginning of this generation. And then come to find out that's a PS4 game. Yeah.
Godfall?
So are we counting this? Because we count all these games, right? As long as they're not on Xbox or Nintendo.
Okay.
But none of those games move the needle. It's one thing to just have titles. It's another thing to have titles that people actually want to play. And that's what that's my issue with calling PlayStation years strong. It's only strong because if you can only compare them to Xbox. And right now it's beneficial for PlayStation fanboys to compare them to Xbox. We ignore Nintendo, but Nintendo has shown both of these consoles what a strong lineup looks like for the past 3 years. They're bringing you more than 3 games.
Look, Nintendo had a better year than both consoles. If you really want to think about it.
But see, that's why it's time for people to start paying their respects, man. Like I don't care about their games. I don't, for the most part, and I think they're overcharging for these 12-year-old games. But they're giving their fans their hardcore fans what they want, and they're doing it with regularity. And Xbox is about to do the same. I don't know how PlayStation is going to do it. While they're doing all this complaining about Microsoft's acquisitions, they're going to have to get to acquiring as well if they want to match their competition.
Sony, get to making cartoon games. Hurry up, because we're ending it tonight. We dragged this show as bad as you can drag somebody through the mud.
Hey, we had to switch lanes, bro.
We
that
did it,
hey,
baby.
that lead was trash.
We did it. Hey, I just want to say thanks to the Realists, thanks to Games Heroes, thanks to Six Slayer, thanks to the Chit Chat community and everybody around the world. Shouts to my man Jerome, man, all the way from Australia, bro.
That Deli Jerome.
They got Johnny Merchant out there riding on them kangaroos.
We gotta remind the Xbox fans to get Game Pass, man.
Yeah, they in the building.
These
she always repping.
These $70 price tags is really scaring Xbox fans.
Yeah, it's scaring us, man. $10.
And shout out to the chat for real.
Ray G4, my dude for life. The Atlanta Bravian up in the building, dog. Shout out to everybody out here, man. Shout out to Spark 117. Other Zinc. We got Shane G. Yo, shout out to Other Zinc for coming up over here, man, from 100.
Oh, Percielli died.
Zinc the man. Hey,
that's
Zinc
shout out to Dion Hayes.
Who died?
Sekiro King Cypher, my
Percielli.
dude.
Oh, for real?
71. Some kind of cancer. That's a shame.
Yeah, all these dudes. After Boss, my man, my Canadian Maple Leaf hero right there. We had 2 people from Canada tonight, man. In the mix, staying in the mix all day long. All day long.
What you say, Hero?
No, we forgot the Kojima Project Untitled game.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, man. I said
in the building.
They're gonna have to, because that's his homeboy who brings him the tears. They're gonna have to show that game at the show. If they don't show that game at the show, that's crazy.
Yeah. My man deployed with 619 unlimited production.
Wow, Valve, Age of Empires 5, Minecraft Legends.
They already announced 5, bro.
My man JJ, BW.
No, not Age of Empires.
Everybody out here, man.
Age of Mythology is retold.
Game shows, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Oh, Game Heroes at Twitter.
Realist, let them know where they can find you at.
Realist one on Twitter and the Realist one with a Z on Xbox. Don't look for me anywhere else.
Six Slayer, where they can find you at, man?
You can find me everywhere, all platforms, Six Slayer, including YouTube, Twitter, what have you.
Done New Legal, find me on Xbox. You can find me right here on StreamYard. StreamYard doing it so raw. And on Steam. Hey, I'm coming to Steam.
Are you coming to Steam?
Finally.
Six Slayer and Realist gonna hook me up, man. I'm coming to Steam. I got two more library shares left. Yeah, I got some stuff going on. I'm trying to.
When you called me the other day, I was setting my baby up on her computer.
Oh, really? On her computer?
Yeah, I had to set up on her computer because she want to play Super Mega Baseball.
Oh, Super Mega Baseball 4.
Oh, it's 3. I might have to add you. Yes, sir.
3.
Hey,
I wish 4 would come out. EA bought them now, so that's a possibility.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Legal only drinks Kool-Aid with bubbles.
Oh, why not? They don't have to pay licensing. They don't have to pay anybody for players.
Yo, when we coming over to ride a kangaroo? Facts. We gonna
He said Kool-Aid with bubbles.
Right.
Yo, illegal. I'm gonna show you a link, man. You saw the new Dead Space remake, 18 minutes? God damn.
Oh, man,
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, send that to me, dog.
Bro, hey, legal. Before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, what's up, man?
How you liking that Dead Space knockoff?
It's good. I like it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I can respect that. I ain't
shout outs
to
them.
I have really opinion.
Let me say this. That's the type of stuff that I bought my Series X for. You see what I'm saying? These dudes here, their artwork is phenomenal.
It is.
What they did to that game is phenomenal. And here's what I love. I love games. You got to remember where I come from. I come from the Intellivision. So I love games that I don't have no connection to. The Callisto Protocol. What the hell is that, bro? What the hell is that? Playing that game is crazy, bro.
So what about, is the gameplay is it?
No, the gameplay's straight. Performance mode, it's good.
No, the gameplay, because a lot of people complaining about the dodge mechanic and things like that, and they pretty much force you into melee, but the dodge mechanic is broken.
That's true. Here's what I found out. Okay, look. For those who ran with the narratives, right? I couldn't wait to get home because I already knew what the narratives were about. Listen, I played the game for over an hour. Check it out on my channel, day one. You didn't see no glitches. You didn't see no tears and all of this stuff. And I had it on quality mode for over an hour. I should have saw something. Now, with that, here's what I noticed. It was something like wrong with the timing of the swinging. I'll call them the zombies, right? They would like slide to you, man. Like, I mean, damn, you couldn't even batter up right. They're already on you swinging. And so I found out later that the least security, because they call it security modes. So what would be called easy mode was really the mode I was supposed to be playing because it was the medium security with the smoothest reaction to it, with the balance. I didn't know that until I had to read the article. So when I found out in that article, I went back and changed it, and I noticed the difference. So what I ended up doing was, they now that they updated it, I'll switch it back. They should have fixed it because they that's what this new update was today about, was fixing it. So I'm gonna go back to medium because I was playing it on medium this whole time, but I just knew something wasn't right.
Did you beat the vampire game?
You can feel it, Realist. I'm not gonna lie on that.
I'm gonna wait, bro. I not very many games I want to spend 70.
Yeah, you can listen, bro. You can wait on that. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: you make sure you put that in for 2023, bro. That's next gen. Give it up to all the games, all the developers that are putting ray tracing, doing what they can do.
But you ain't got no ray tracing though.
Yeah, it's it. Well, yeah, we don't yet. We're getting it. They already announced that.
If I was ever considering that 70 bones, that would just make that'd be the deal breaker. Don't give me anything PlayStation without what PlayStation got. When I have a more capable console.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to them for that artwork, man, because I'm telling you,
it looks good.
That game looks incredible. You would have thought that was Unreal Engine 5 or something, dude. I'm telling you.
Unreal Engine 5. But
that game is ridiculous.
But do you ever play Dead Space though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Oh, Secure says the update today was supposed to add the ray tracing. So that's good news.
But do you ever play Dead Space though?
Yeah, I did back in the day. I did way back in the day.
Me too.
I need to play this one. This would be good, man. To get
the one I didn't get was Mass Effect.
Yeah, I didn't get that last one.
I need to beat that one.
I beat them.
Legendary now. It's in EA Play.
No, yeah, I can't play Mass Effect.
Yo, rest in peace, Christy Alley.
Yeah. 71.
Yeah, thanks for that, Cypher. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was talking about that a second ago.
Good stuff then. Good stuff. I think I'm gonna go and check it out. I'm
playing Warhammer right now.
Look, these dudes. Hey, listen, they ain't gonna trick me tonight. We out of here. Game Heroes and Realist be tricking me. Y'all sick. Appreciate you, man. Send me a Coney dog, baby. Yo, Realist. Shout out to the Astros. Game Heroes. Go give the Statue of Liberty a kiss for me,
I'll send you a bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh my God.
Facts. Chit-chat community. You mighty, baby. And you look beautiful out there. Shout out to D. I got a roll for you, girl.
He can get that Chick-fil-A sauce.
Make sure you feed them kangaroos.
Hey, man.
Yo,
I got a supermarket.
I go by the new
he don't have an
I represent the X League podcast with the League of the Extraordinaires. It couldn't do it without y'all, man. Thank y'all. Always remember, keep it gaming. Chase the one up in life. Never let nobody take your extra man from you, man. Hold on to that bad boy as tight as you can. We out of here, y'all. Be safe.
All right, thanks, man.
Peace.